They are seeing things. They're seeing mirages. There's an amazing image of a boat on top of this 100-foot tree or whatever the fuck it is.
And they're debating the mirage. You know, it's so beautiful because it's like the 16 millimeter camera reality is seeing it. There is a boat in the top of this tree. How could that possibly happen? Yeah. And they're saying, like, I'm seeing a mirage. You know, the slave henchman people. But of course, Kinski's like, no, there's a boat and it's right up there. Let's go get it. You know, and I don't know who to believe. My eyes or Kinski or
Supposedly in the original script there was like a reference to like a conquistador who'd gone down the river first in a boat and disappeared, you know, and that was supposed to be like originally it was an idea to like leave it as like that was going to be like a reference to that story that you heard earlier, but then they decided to take all ththose references out of the movie and like edit the script basically so that it had that, you know, that thing that Tom's saying, like it conveys as an
ambiguity,
and
it's really like them losing all their sense of reality. That little moment with the boat on top of the tree is followed up very quickly with just that other dude who's numbly hit with an arrow in his leg, and he's just no-selling, as we say in the wrestling business, the arrow to the leg.
Nice.
And it's
what does he say? What's the great quote?
Not an arrow.
This is not an arrow. It's almost getting like Deadpan Python or something, Monty Python.
It is getting humorous.
And like
it is.
Yeah, it is. There's comedy in this film.
There's comedy.
There's one line.
The guy says like, the arrows coming back. These longer arrows are coming back in style or something.
Yeah,
exactly. and that feels like whoa. It's the 20th century. It's 1972. You know, like it is like an absurdism, and it adds to. I mean, that's what they're trying to do. Is in part that there's dark things happening, and these people are hallucinating. But just that line is there is no arrow. That really kills me, and it stays quiet. They're all
like Godard or something.
Dying.
Yeah,
what's that?
It's like Jean-Luc Godard. Yeah, it is like a Godard thing or something. But it's like
suddenly. Weekend is suddenly in the film.
Yeah, totally.
Good call. Thank you.
Yeah, but yeah, it's amazing. And then of course, you know, we get to that. Just have to mention it real quick. Beautiful, iconic scene. It's the poster. I think it was a poster of the DVD when Aguirre's daughter is shot with the arrow, and you don't see the impact. There's no reaction. Nope. She just collapses in his arms beautifully. It's this very stylized, tender moment, and it's beautiful and iconic. It's amazing. I love that. And there's something great about that. And then of course, the big set piece of the 400 monkeys that were purchased for this movie, unleashed on this boat, and it's an incredible scene.
Brilliant.
And it's amazing, and you can see, you know, Herzog's driving the boat that's circling the raft at a low speed, just low enough so it's not creating too many waves.
Let's get the Popol Vuh music back.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's reprised.
It's an insane. It's one of the most insane shots in cinema, and it's interesting to hear Herzog talk about it. It's just like you know, you can't choreograph these scenes. You just have to follow the monkeys. You know, and there's that amazing shot too where fucking Kinski holds that monkey, which was just improvised, and like looking at him.
It's like, you and me, guy, we're gonna get to El Dorado.
Yeah.
And the monkey's like, that is the definition of egomaniacal madness, like it personified in, or whatever, you know, represented in that shot of him, like, you're my new, you know, like, right-hand man here, you know, and it's a fucking little spider monkey.
Well, that's what, in your answer, that's the answer to your question earlier, like, was it worth it to have a guy like Kinski around? In that moment, it is. To have a guy that will just reach down and pick up a monkey and start talking to it and then toss it to the ground indiscriminately, you know.
Amen.
Totally. And so, again, this image of circling the raft, the dead bodies, Aguirre stumbling, and, you know, as Herzog says, the monkeys have taken over, and he says in the commentary, he ends it by saying, I have no, like, watching this final shot, this incredible shot, he's like, I have no idea how this fell into my lap. And it's like, seeing him react to this in the way that, like, as we talked about at the top of the hour of, like, opening this book randomly at his friend's house, you know, writing this script, all the things that led to almost dying in this plane crash, and you've got this shot in the middle of the Amazon with a bunch of fucking monkeys, Klaus Kinski,
and the craziest actor on earth.
What?
How on a raft?
You know, Like, that's insane. Like, how you get to that point in life, you know?
Yeah.
It's a real moment where you're like,
the art muses singing through you, right? You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And again, all to the tune of that incredible music, you know?
Yeah. Oh, my God. It's such an amazing movie. So many... Go ahead. You have something to say?
Oh, just that construction of that shot of all the monkeys, and he's like king of the monkeys now. Everyone else is gone. He's ordering them around. He's got plans still. You know, it's almost like a political cartoon or something come to life, or like a court gesture or something, like giving a broader meaning, like a parody that's giving a broader meaning to like what's going on. It's incredible that someone can take
it's symbolic
something that could have been like a sketch like that and bring it to life and have it work, you know, and have it feel profound. And have it be such a memorable moment, you know, it just takes a lot of skill, I think.
Yeah, and just like, yeah, absolutely, getting out there into the field with not much money, not many crew, not many resources, you know, catching the fish as your lunch for the day, like, you know, it takes a lot to be able to make a movie like that, and they certainly don't do that enough anymore. So it's a one-of-a-kind thing, that's for sure. Aguirre, Wrath of God, man.
Yeah,
incredible.
Very special film. All right.
Boom.
1972 in the can.
Woo! Man, I'm staring at 800 notes here, but I think we got most of it in. But man,
Likewise, I think so.
Absolutely, that was 1 fucking hour on Aguirre, Wrath of God. I mean, literally one of my favorite movies of all time.
Sure.
You know, just in terms of what an incredible achievement it is. It's amazing. It's a mind blower.
Like input, output, you know, it's like the budget going in and for like the level of like film, the epic coming out, you know, it's pretty amazing.
And I'm going to say this again. Aguirre exists, and that's why we hate like Psycho 1998 so much. Because it's if there wasn't an Aguirre and a few other movies like it, then I'd be like, all right, Psycho 1998, you know, whatever. It's like, just don't do that. Stop, you know?
Yeah.
Or Requiem for a Dream, you know, like...
Well, you know, there are, I mean, no, you're right. I mean, there are a couple scenes, though, in Aguirre that are, you know, I don't know, they're...
Kind of slow.
Kind of slow. He's right. I know, it's true.
No.
I was looking at my watch a lot.
No.
Fair enough.
All right.
Okay,
everyone.
So that was 72.
That was...
Das ist kein Schiff. Das ist kein Wald. Das ist kein Pfeil. Wir bilden uns die Pfeile nur ein, weil wir Angst davor haben.
Diese Pfeile sind echt! In Deckung!
Dieser Pfeil kann mir nichts anhaben. Das ist kein Regen.
Mönch, vergiss nicht zu beten. Es könnte sonst mit Gott ein böses Ende nehmen. Wenn wir das Meer erreichen, werden wir ein größeres Schiff bauen und damit nach Norden segeln und Trinidad der spanischen Krone entreißen. Von da aus werden wir weitersegeln und Cortés Mexiko wegnehmen. Was für ein großer Verrat wird das sein. Dann werden wir ganz Neuspanien in der Hand haben. Und wir werden Geschichte inszenieren, wie andere Stücke auf dem Theater. Ich, der Zorn Gottes, werde meine eigene Tochter heiraten und mit ihr die reinste Dynastie gründen, die je die Erde gesehen hat. Zusammen werden wir über diesen ganzen Kontinent herrschen. Wir halten durch. Ich bin der Zorn Gottes. Wer sonst ist mit mir?
A strange, bizarre surprise, like here, for example, an arrow will hit him in a moment. There it is.
He doesn't even react.
Yeah, he doesn't react at all. Doesn't it? For him, it's just imagination. So they have lost the sense of reality completely.
Dieser Fall kann mir nichts anhaben. Es ist kein Regen.
There's a very beautiful line that I like a lot. The subtitles, I think, don't translate it correctly. It says, "Don't forget to pray, lest God's end be uncomely." That would be more biblical, but it's all right like that, yeah. And now that's a moment where his daughter is dying. She is hit by an arrow. And I don't show it in detail, or she dies in a way that is unusual for cinema, because there seems to be no pain, no gore, no guts, no blood, and she keeps looking at him, and she's not dead yet. You will see that she moves her eyes. A very strange, tender moment. It's always difficult to stylize death in a movie. The Russians are very good at that. The early Russians of the 20s, 30s.
And the monkeys. Where did the monkeys come from?
It's over 400. I had them organized in Iquitos, in the next bigger jungle town, and had paid half the money for them because I knew if I paid full price, the guys who were supposed to catch them would run off with the money. And when I arrived there to pick them up, they were all sold again to a company in Miami. And I found them at Iquitos airport, just being loaded in a plane, and I shouted at these workers, and I pretended to be the veterinarian, and I shouted, "Where are the vaccination documents? These monkeys are not vaccinated." And they were quite embarrassed and unloaded the whole monkeys, and I took it on a truck and went away and packed them on a speedboat. They were very, very nice little sweet animals. In this scene, there was only the cinematographer Thomas Mauch and me on board, a part of the actors here. And I grabbed into the monkeys because I would build huge clusters sometimes, like under the cannon. And I think I got bitten 50 times within 5 minutes or so. Here, some of them make it off. They jump overboard. They swim away. They swam on shore. About 50 of them actually jumped and swam and made it to freedom. And all of the others were set free right after this shooting.
And how did Klaus react with the monkeys?
I think he, as you see, he handled them well. He had a good feeling for something that was so strange and so real at the same time.
There's no way you could have choreographed these shots.
No, you just have to follow the monkeys. Where are the biggest clusters? Walk in, talk, grab one at the end. And you see here how Kinski walks. It's wonderful. And the text is very, very strange. Yeah. It's the total madness at the end. And I love how he catches and holds a monkey. And the best is how he throws the monkey away. Just watch it, he talks to the monkey.
Ich bin der Zorn Gottes.
No, he throws the monkey away.
Sonst ist mit mir.
No one else can do this like Kinski. And this is strange, there's a sun. And without that, it's strange, the whole end doesn't function. I saw it with and without that. And of course, this is not a helicopter shot. I did the speedboat myself. The problem here is how you create a huge wake. How do you slow down so organically that the wake somehow is diminished and doesn't really bother you that much, because we are circling now around the raft, but somehow we have the feeling as if the raft was going in circles. And there's a standstill and circling and circling and circling, and it's a motif you would see in some of my other films. And the monkeys have taken over. I love the end of Aguirre, and I don't know how this fell into my lap.